figured.
In the backyard.
Um,
with a beautiful tree.
It's a solid tree, man. This really makes the backyard.
Yeah. This is a nice hangout spot back here.
Hey, thanks, because you helped provide this.
Yeah, I did. I don't think I've ever been to this back part.
No?
Back 40, no. But it's a nice spot, though. Nice shade
it's a
tree.
good spot. You're sitting next to the grill station.
It's
grill
sweet.
station and then the chill station.
I like it. I like it, man.
And then park it over here,
Yeah.
So
it's foggy out today.
It's fucking Canada fucking weather out here.
Fuck Canada. God almighty.
I don't know about fuck Canada. I mean, I've met a lot of cool people from Canada. It seems like they're cooler than people from America.
I'm sure the people there are cool.
They just seem like they got it more, but I'd like to go up there.
Go hunting.
I don't know. Let's just move up there. It seems fun.
Can't do that.
It just seems like Canada's having fun, and we're all like uptight.
I think it depends on the part.
I've heard.
I wouldn't go to the cities. You know what I mean? The country.
I mean, city folks, they just be messing shit up anywhere.
City folks fucking kill everything.
You know what I mean? They think that, what is real inside of a city. I'm like, what's fucking energy is getting wasted just to provide all this shit?
Isn't it wild that, we're in Delaware and it's a real small state that, we're in Smyrna, northern Kent County, and we're in a rural area, right? You could drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so north.
Yeah.
And we're in a fucking city. And people live in a completely different world.
Yeah.
Different mindset, the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? So.
And go hours south to the beach, whole different mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty blessed on, I was just telling a customer, I was like, they just moved up here from Alabama. I said, man, you're in a good spot to, go anywhere and be somewhere different within, just 2 hours. You go a lot of places.
Oh, my gosh. And that's, people kind of shit on Delaware. Well, nothing to do.
Hey,
what do you need to do anyway? What are you doing?
Be boring. You know what I mean? We try to do shit out here.
Well, if you live in New York City, you're going to be out doing something every fucking day. You're not going to be doing everything every day.
I mean, there could be more, but yeah.
But even if there was more, let's just pretend. What would be more? What would you like to see? That was within a 10-minute drive of here.
Let's just go around town. More down. I'd like younger, younger crowds of single people. That way they could uphold a downtown district.
You want to see that grow. You want to be able to watch that grow since you didn't have it.
No, I don't want to watch it grow. I don't care what. I'm saying I'd rather so it's only pizzas and families here. That's it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe. It's and because of that, you don't have it downtown because who's going to go there and uphold it? Who's going to thrive it? Who's going to go down there and be like, you don't have a customer base to build a business on. Our downtown doesn't have foot traffic, so you're not going to start there's no reason to work really hard at a craft where people aren't even going to walk by your window and be like, oh, look at this motherfucker just throwing that dough. I think I'm going to check this place out.
Yeah,
you don't even have that customer base to even deserve that business. So if you had young people doing young shit inside that town for young jobs, then you could have people that can then serve them.
Yeah.
And then people like us who have the family who live outside of that can cherry pick our way in and hey, let's go down on a Friday night. You could actually go downtown Smyrna. Or maybe for lunch, I just want to see some action. Just kind of look around.
Right. I think it's getting there.
Absolutely not.
You don't think so?
What is getting there?
You don't think with Peanut Stave and the
yes, there's some things down there, but even there, as you look at it, all right, we're open at 4. We start at 4 because, again, we have to wait for people, and also people, and because it's all families, they're fucking busy.
Yeah.
And nobody, there's not a customer base that's yeah, I'm off today. What's it like? 9 a.m. Yeah, I'd like to go somewhere for breakfast. I'm not trying to make my own.
It'd be pretty sweet to have a crooked hammock in Smyrna.
That kind of stuff, but I don't think that the demographic isn't right for it.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone said we got to drive, 30 minutes north or 45 minutes south to get something like that.
Yeah, and it does. It takes single people.
Yeah.
You can't have, Middletown, even if you look at Middletown, it's mostly chain. Even though they have a lot more than us, it's mostly chain restaurants. They're just a lot bigger of a town, so you have a lot more dinner spots.
Yeah.
But as far as you walking down there,
nothing exciting.
It's nothing super exciting. I do like that. I don't know, man. After I went to Thailand, there was this ruined it all for me. Candace and I went
We're
to
doing it wrong.
God, first off, too many white people trying to work food industries that shouldn't even be like have no training on hustle. Don't even have training on hustle. The first thing I said, we went to the new ice cream place.
Oh yeah, how was it?
Didn't drive.
No.
I pulled up. She's like, I want to get ice cream. I'm like, that looks like a long line, right?
Yeah.
So we get up there. I'm already annoyed. All right, because the vertical integration was wrong. It was all backwards.
Yeah.
So where they're serving the ice cream out is not where it is where I'm starting, and it's also where I'm finishing. So I'm thinking that we're going up and we're hooking a left. So there's two doors. One's on the patio. One's on the corner by the street. So obviously this is the main entrance. I'm thinking that we're going straight up, bending a little bit left, and talking to the register lady, then coming back right to get the ice cream, and then walking out the door, which people are doing. So they're walking back into the crowd that's trying to come in. And Candace, we're sitting there. I'm like, dude, it's been like 5 minutes. We haven't even moved. The lady behind me, she's like, yeah, wait like an hour. Yesterday, I'm like, I'm waiting for an hour for ice cream anywhere.
No.
So, and I was like, look how long the line is. So look at all these people waiting to the left. She's like, that's part of the line. It snakes around. I'm like, why is the register now on this side? We're walking in this door, then ice cream is on this side, and then you loop out this door, so it's nice vertical integration. Hey, even if you didn't have that, too many white people in there.
Yeah.
Too many country bumpkin white people in there. Just like, all right, let's get the ice cream. Busy in here. I'm like, you making like one chocolate? It's like my bartender was like, fucking make 4 chocolates real fast. What the fuck did you like look like? How many up there? I look up the line of tickets. I'm like, how many chocolates are there? Boom, boom, boom. Get the fucking out. Get it the fuck out.
You think they'll catch up to that? I mean, like
never in this town.
Because it's brand new. It just opened up. It just opened up like last week.
No.
Now this is, to be clear, this is where the Dairy Suite was, right?
Yeah.
Is that where the location is? Dairy Suite was the shit, though.
They're like Main Street Market. I have no idea how they made money. If you got a you got a BLT sandwich, I'm like, is that a whole pack of bacon on this?
It's like $3.95.
You'd be like, I know. It was crazy.
Yeah. I was good to go there like once or twice a summer.
I'd assume the ice cream at the new place was probably bomb.
Yeah.
If people wanted to wait that long.
But you'll never find out.
I'm just so annoyed that you're looking at this like, how do you have this problem already? You should have been prepared for like, hey, are you not expecting a lot of people? I just think that people open up shit and they're like, and they had no hustle experience.
Yeah.
Because I see that definitely in Kent County. Then you get out of the beach, and you can see you can see the difference in like a good beach bartender who's like, okay, I'll handle 10 of you right now.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. See it. Thank you. Money. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
where here it's like, one Bud Light, cool. I'm gonna walk over there, grab the one Bud Light, and then cash you out.
Right.
And then we'll start with the next person.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Yeah. But yeah, Thailand. After seeing, Thai people just like would have it so smooth.
Yeah.
Just hustling like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It would be so efficient.
Yeah.
There'd be someone kind of like Chick-fil-A does in the drive. There's someone would have came out to.
They keep going. They keep going back.
Keep getting the orders. Yeah. Let's get it prepped. And then those guys, too many people doing too much. Now they're talking to the people. They shouldn't. There should be an expediter who all he does is talk to the kitchen and the people, not the people cooking coming out and be like, all right, who got the vanilla?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening? That's me.
You sound slightly annoyed from this.
Very annoyed, because I always want to see someone to do well, but it's always some country ass bumpkin white people just fucking it up.
Yeah. So speaking of that, what do you think? How do you think?
I felt like a rant.
Yeah,
I feel hot.
Get it off your chest. You know what I mean? This is therapy. How do you think the new owners of the Smyrna Sporting Goods is going to go?
I got a whole nother thing on that.
Yeah.
Me and my brother spent 30 minutes talking about that place.
All right, so give me the Cliff Notes version of that.
Haven't been inside.
Well, it's not open
yet. I'm not even talking about the business yet.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is when you first start a business and you're taking over and you're, I don't know, whatever. I'm trying to buy it and I just see a big guns sign. Guns. I'm like, come on, man. First off, everyone knows there's guns inside. This is your first day. You throwing a fucking Hail Mary out there. Like, why are you on a corner? You just throwing up guns.
Is there a sign there that says that?
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, yeah, obviously, but like, one thing you don't want to do with all the things going on in the world, is draw attention, like just saying guns. Fuck yeah, come in here and get some murderous shit. We don't care. We're on a corner. Fuck that. I'm thinking like.
I think that is the demographic of Smyrna, though. I think that's.
I don't think it is at all. You know why? Because I'm in that house every day. I'm gonna tell you what. The demographic is a little mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it certainly is mixed up, but.
And what I'm saying is, why don't you just say, hey, like, why not just rephrase it? Guns doesn't need to be so big. And also, the problem I have with it is that everybody that drives through there is not a person that associates with guns, but it's a big gun sign. Guys that know there's guns there already know there's guns there.
Right.
To me, that's not the way to approach new customers. It's definitely just getting on the Googles when people type in, hey, where can I get handguns?
Right.
Not guns on the corner. When you drive, you got to drive by here. We got guns over here.
So,
by the way, next thing in the move, the liquor store right down the street too. We'll have the guns.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't want that. No,
that's what I'm seeing. Crazy people are going to start seeing, right? So I'm just thinking, why not back it up? Put like, family hunting packages. Put the family stuff in there too. Like sell it to the family, to the mom. Like
that's what it is. It's an outdoor store. It's a hunting store.
Put in sporting goods. Hey, outdoor stuff. Also, we have some guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. Hey, what about some lacrosse sticks? Like Smyrna Sporting Goods. Like, look, we got some lacrosse sticks. Also, we got some shotguns in the back.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Just like portray it differently on your first fucking run.
Get it off your chest.
It's so big. I'm just thinking.
I gotta ride by. I'm gonna ride by.
I'm thinking marketing wise. I'm like, all I think about is it's priority on Smyrna Clayton page. It just says guns really big. It has no context. Instead of just like guns. Does guns sound good to you?
To me, yeah. I mean,
see, that's what's wrong.
But I know that's what's in there. You know what I mean? I was more asking just because, just as a whole, right?
You can say firearms.
So there's a
small.
Firearms,
It's this big.
Is it?
It's this big.
I can't wait to ride by when I leave here.
You can't miss it. It is a billboard. I'm like, damn, that's.
Yeah. So here's what I've.
Because I don't want to see them fail just on some shit. And people like, I don't like. You know what I mean? Like, I could send the wrong. Because all you're doing is trying to hide in the shadows of people that don't like that stuff. I think that's
what you think should be doing.
So that no one's looking at you. That way we can keep doing our cool shit.
Yeah. Okay.
You could just put cool shit in here. We all know that.
Yeah.
Because we know how to find cool shit.
I see what you're saying.
Now I do like you said they're going to get a pro shop and all that. I'm very excited about that.
Archery pro shop. I think some fishing stuff. They're still going to obviously sell firearms, hunting stuff.
Why didn't you say fucking guns? You're sitting there saying firearm. Now you fucking soften it up. You know what I mean? Look at you. Fuck you.
So I loved Smyrna Sporting Goods. Brian Brown owned it. It was a nice, one of the last hangout spots, like old school store. You
can order from Bud, send your stuff there. Yeah. I can get my used shirts out of there. Or like $2 for a nice used shirt.
I can just go in there and bullshit with Brian.
There was the classic, the same old man club that's down at Massey Mill Pond now is the same one that'd be in there.
Yeah, and his buddy just sitting there drinking a cup of coffee on the chair.
Yeah.
And you go in there and you want to buy something that's $20, a box of shells or something.
Yeah.
And you ended up being there for 45 minutes bullshitting, telling hunting stories and talking with all these old guys that are just listen. I like listening to them, man.
Yeah.
Those dudes, fuck man, they've been around for so long, and I love hearing their stories, but
I do. I also assume was like, can you get the fuck up, you old white people? Just slowing my shit down. I need some growth up in here. Just get out the door. Yeah, that's the same old Smyrna people. I look at it like, you just ruined shit. You just slow it all down. There's no growth up here.
So what I hope that
need some new blood, new fresh shit. All right.
I hope that the new people that own it can do that, can grow it, add some things, but also keep the charm and the good stuff of it, right?
Yes.
We don't want to go backwards in time.
But all they had was the charm. That's the problem. They had the charm. So you're in there like, can we do?
Yeah, you can do better.
Can we keep going?
Yeah.
But if they don't have to. They don't need to do shit on my behalf. I also would just like to see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need to feel, you walk in and people are like, bitch, what are you staring at? Tell your story down the street, okay? I'm trying here to shop around and shit.
So Tom's clearly aggravated today, frustrated. Chill, wait.
I mean, white people just ruin shit all the time. Especially old white people. Old white ladies, just the worst species there might ever be.
There might be.
There might ever be. I've had a lot of bad neighbors too. You know what I mean? I'm just. But my old neighbor Linda, she's cool. She's old white. I like her. You know what I mean?
All right, so what are we doing today? What are we talking about
I was
today?
gonna fire these questions off.
All right, so you had an idea, like.
By the way, hold on. Let me interrupt you real quick. Candace pointed out on the last episode that you and I interrupted Soft on where his good coffee place was. We have to figure that out because you were like you not to say you interrupted him, but you said Rise Up, and then I went on a spiel about Rise Up, but he didn't get to say where his good coffee.
No, he did. He said he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He didn't know.
I don't think that's it. I don't believe it.
He said he doesn't know the name.
Oh, he doesn't know the name. Mm-hmm. Okay,
that's what he said. He said
I
don't know the name. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain that's what he was talking about.
I don't know.
Because
we don't know.
It is good coffee.
Do they have that? Do they have the little serve yourself part still? No.
Well, I don't know because like
the food's too small.
The whole line thing's bullshit. I walked in and the line was at the door. Like you ever walk in and right there, it's the fucking people.
You ain't serving me a breakfast. That's you can't further breakfast anymore for me.
That's when I was like, nah, we're out of here.
It's in a tortilla. I don't give a fuck. First off, another white owner. I don't care unless you fucking all Spanish, Dominican, Cuban, something, and you're gonna wait for this.
Yeah.
You see the whole pot of meat stewing up. Now that's when I'm like, oh, I'm waiting.
But most of the time,
you see me rolling a corn tortilla right now. I'm like that one. I'm waiting for it, not the. Well, we put a nice. We have a nice, pretentious name on top, and we have the line. So obviously we're good. I'm like, I got it. You got a nice wood top table. Fuck out of here. Let me see through the bullshit.
So this place is.
Do I hate white people? Is that a thing? I might.
I hate old people.
I hate old. I definitely look. I'm just not happy. White people just no flavor. Just always ugh. Especially in. I would say a lot of that stems too in Delaware. It's just a lot. Every time I try to go to a restaurant, just slowing shit down. No coming in like we're about to fucking do this. We're gonna get vertically integrated. I'm gonna hustle this shit. Like I'm about to hone this craft. It's always just like we own it. We're just gonna do us. We're gonna take our time, serve it. How you doing? I'm like, just. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do these questions. We want to do these questions?
So you're gonna fire up questions?
I'm not gonna fire them at you. I'm just gonna ask them.
Not rapid fire,
No.
Marry one, fuck one, kill one. Not that.
Nope. I'll do them in order. Where were I last?
Are we going deep into these questions?
I don't fucking know, dude. I make the rules up to this shit. God. Yeah. I mean, you can go as deep as you would like.
Okay, I got you.
You know.
I got you.
I don't want to set a tone for you or a pace that you can't keep up with.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Because you're not being an athlete.
I hear you.
Now, this one I was curious. Have you been noticing my Wawa theory? That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. It's like, it's like I don't even know you anymore.
This is the door.
You're going to sit next to my 50-year-old fucking grill that my grandfather welded 50 years ago with straight aluminum, and you're not going to know my Wawa theory
the door.
from like our first episode? Right? I just don't.
The door thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Never been paying attention. Just be honest.
I know. I said.
Please answer honestly.
When you pointed that out, I could look back and say, you know what, you're right. Like I've already noticed it.
Yeah.
Just you brought it to my attention.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've already seen it. I think.
Way to fucking backpedal out of that safely.
No.
You know what I mean?
Magic happens in that little vestibule. It's weird.
It is so weird because I think about it every time. People are just waiting for him. Like, why are you waiting for? I use the other door. What side of the road do you drive on? I'm going through the other door. Like, I appreciate it, but why is everybody there's some right between this door? Something nice happens.
I think you should have like a drink this morning or something.
I'm not having a drink.
Calm down.
Fuck that.
No, I have noticed that. I do notice that, and yeah, it's weird. It's like a whole other dimension inside that vestibule.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, everybody is super polite and happy, and hey, I'm just here to help you. Even if it's wrong, even if it's backwards,
we're gonna do it right. Even if it's wrong.
I just want to try to help you out, Yeah. And then sometimes you get stuck in that hell where there's like 4 people coming in and out, and everybody is trying to hold the door, and then there's a kid in the mix, and the kid's trying to squeeze through because they don't give a shit. They're not waiting for the lady, And they're, oh no, don't do, that.
And the whole time I'm in my head like, just use the other doors politely because that's the side of the road you drive on.
Yeah, and I'm a big proponent of walk anywhere you're walking. You walk on the right side.
Yes.
In the direction you're going. I don't go to the mall that often, but when I do, don't fucking walk on the other side of the aisle.
I've shoulder bumped the out of people. You see them like, they're definitely not in the mood for me.
Like, are you?
I'm like, and it's me. I'm like, why are you trying to you really not gonna move for me? I'm supposed to move. Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
You're ready to hit this fucking train.
No, but and now in Delaware, we don't have plastic bags anymore. So when you, God forbid, you have more than like a cup of coffee or something, you leave in Wawa.
Yeah.
And you're doing this fucking move, carrying 4 things, whatever, and then you're kicking the door open, gonna hold it with a foot for a second.
I just power kick them.
For the people that are outside holding the door for the next person, and now you gotta wait. Now you're stuck in that hell. I gotta wait because if you let it go too early, then you look like a dickhead.
Also, speaking of dickheads, the people that park at the pump.
Shop.
Well, yeah, this fucking. It's just disappointment. It's just another
I'm sorry. Okay, people park at the pump.
The kids are young, and I get it. They don't get trained on that, right? I can see the one kid was like, I'm like, why? Because there's no young people. There's not the right demographic to run that business, so you can smoke out a date night. You know what I mean? Like, you need to bring in the all-stars for a date. You need to know what days are date nights that people are going to be showing up. If it's a warm day, it's a nice day, get ready, because guess what? People are going for ice cream after they do dinner.
I didn't mean to trigger you.
I'm very triggered right now.
I know.
So, what the hell were you talking about?
You said people that park at the pump.
Oh, people that park at the pump and then go inside, get their shit, come out. I'm like, I will fucking murder you right now.
Not even have the nerve to pump gas while they're away.
You disrespectfully pump the gas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Pump the gas, walk away. I do that all the time. Yeah.
Yes. And only one time has it failed, and I put at least 5 gallons of diesel on the ground. I went outside and told the guy, he's like, just thanks for telling me, man. He's like, people will just fucking drive away. I'm like, no, you can light this whole place on fire of what I just put on the ground.
Yeah.
Because the pump broke, it never clicked off.
Oh.
It just kept going.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
And that one, I didn't even walk in. I was in the truck. And I was like, damn, because I was so used to, during COVID times, the pumps were they were allocated almost. Like, you could only pump so much. They're only going so fast. And with diesel, I was used to that. So I was like waiting a long time. I was like, damn, this is pumping forever. So I'm just flitting on my phone. And I look up, and I just hear a little bit of splashing. I'm like, oh my God. I looked down. I was like, oh, it's been a minute. That's about.
Damn.
That was a lot. Yeah.
Damn.
So wildlife theory, good. All right, so let's move on. Let's do. So this is big because I just got. I have firearms. You know what I mean? Guns. I bought. I got it for a gift from Christmas, but I have I have a safe for the handgun. That's a code 1. Drops the door down real fast. Because when I leave the house, I like to have Candace. Like the other day, I made her practice racking the gun. Because and she did her first move. She's done it before, but I reintroduced it to it, and she did exactly what I was hoping she would do, so I could. She had chucked the gun. I was like, you got to pull this thing violently. They're built to be violent.
Yeah.
So she got through that. I was like, great. So when I leave the house, I like to know I set her up for the chance to win.
Yeah.
So. But we were talking, and when she brought this up, she's like, you guys should talk about this. Like, how do you teach gun safety with your kids?
Yeah, so right now, Charlotte's a little bit older, and I did this with both my kids. So number one, when they're young, they got toy guns.
Yeah.
Like, you don't point toy guns.
We do no flashing. Yeah, I do make it.
So I know it's a Nerf gun, and you're playing cops and robbers, but we don't do that.
Yeah.
Like I did, and that was a big thing with my dad growing up. You did not point a fucking toy gun at somebody. Now, so it's the same way, right? So,
because we're teaching for later.
Yeah, and it's like you don't look in the barrel of the gun, right? You practice trigger safety. You don't put your finger in the trigger guard unless you're going to shoot it, right?
Yeah.
So all those things I'm drilling into him now while he's young, playing with toys, right? Shooting, you only shoot something you're intended to kill.
Yeah.
That's it. And targets, right? So we shoot targets. You don't shoot tank. You don't shoot your buddies or whatever, right? So
tank would be fun. It's a moving target. It's good.
So that's the things that when they're really young.
Yeah.
Now what that went to with Charlotte, now she has a little 22 bolt action, right? So it's now you go and you bump up. Now it's like all the things you know already. The gun barrel stays pointed in a safe direction, to the sky, to the ground, right? Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to pull, right? All these things, eyewear, ears, all that shit. We're only gonna take it off safe when you're pointing down range. So all those normal things. And then when you get to the real gun, it's just a refresher.
Yeah.
Right. That's the goal. So that's how with my young kids right now. That's how we're teaching gun safety. So, and I'm actually this summer my goal is to get Jerry to shoot a rifle, just a small 350.
Has he shot anything?
No, nothing real.
Okay.
So Charlotte's 22, and then a 350.
She shot her 22.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, because I would like to see him shoot a deer this year.
Yeah.
And if I a tripod with a nice vise, and that 350 is perfect.
Yeah.
And so that's our goal this summer is to get practicing on
Hell
that.
yeah.
So, yeah, that's how we do. I think it's huge, man. Like,
you teach the real dangers. You don't try to hide it.
No, man. And it's weird because I know you're a kid, a boy, and you want to play with your guns, and you're shooting your friends, and like we've all done it. We all shot our fucking buddies with BB guns. All those things. But
we used to play like BB guns, like fucking shoot each other like idiots with daisies.
Yeah, everything below the neck.
Yeah,
right? I know. But I'll never forget like my dad like just drilling that and being so hard on it. And I know Jerry's does shit too, right? I know he's going to do, but I want it in the back of his mind that this is how we handle firearms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has a BB gun. We go out in the backyard and we target shoot with it.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell him. Like, look, this isn't a toy. This is just a BB gun, but it's not a toy. So you got to be careful, right? So all the things: gun point in safe direction. We'll leave it on safe. Keep your finger out the trigger. All those things. We're only shooting at the water bottle or at the target. Although I did catch him a few weeks ago. It's a fucking blackbird,
I'm about to say
crow
bird
in the backyard, and he was like, "Can I shoot my BB gun?" I said, "Yeah, in a couple minutes, I'll go out there with you." So he gets it, and I catch him walk out the back garage door into the patio, and I just kind of looked and kept watching him.
And see what he was gonna do.
Yeah, and this motherfucker had like the gun like has ready position. He's sneaking, like walking real slow, and then he like shoulders a gun and shoots, and he turns around. I was like, "You trying to shoot that crow?" And he's had this big smile, and he was like, "Yeah."
Hey, that's a good segue. You know why? Because with that, how do you teach? How do you teach about death? That's with all deaths.
Yeah. So as far as animals and all that go, like my kids don't know any different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've seen it since they, were tiny, right? So they literally don't know any different. There's nothing shocking to them about dead deer, dead birds, dead fish, butchering, all those things. So the animals thing is covered. They know that, right? Charlotte has experienced one of our pets, our dogs, and our cat. Although I'm not sure if she even remembers, honestly. I think she's getting to the age where she's like losing those childhood memories. Yeah. You know what I mean? Family members. Both my kids were really young when my grandfather passed away. Charlotte was 6, and she remembers Pappy. It was called him Pappy.
Yeah.
She remembers him. Jerry doesn't. He was obviously way too young. He was only 2. But there's been conversations, right? So there's been they both know about that my dad has passed away, right? They don't understand. I think they know why, right?
Yeah.
Jerry's more like he questions things a lot more. Charlotte would just say, "You tell her," and then she just kind of moves on, right?
Okay.
Jerry's like, "Hey, can we go see your dad?" Right? Like he knows where he's buried, right?
Okay.
And he'll say, "Hey, can we go see?
That's cool.
Can we go see Pop-Up?" That's okay. We'll do that. He'll ask questions. Sometimes, and he's 5, so he doesn't. There's no intention on what he's asking.
Yeah.
Just general like curiosity, genuine curiosity. One time we get in the truck, we're going to school, and he goes, "Dad, are you gonna die soon, like your dad did, like when I'm small?" And it's like, fuck, it like rips your heart out.
Damn, I hope not.
Yeah, and that's what I said. So how do you answer that, right? You could do like the kiddie answer, or you could just be straight up with him, right? And I'll just straight up with him, like, look, can't control that. I hope not. I have no intentions to. We're just not going to worry about that, right? We're going to be happy now.
Yeah, we're not going to worry about things we can't control.
That's it. And it would just, and I don't keep him moving. I like that he's intrigued. I like that he has a real curious mind and asks about those things. I'm not afraid of those questions.
And you don't want to turn him off from asking questions.
No, because that's real life shit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, death and the flip side of that, like, there's going to be sex questions coming soon, right? Like, soon enough, like, those things are going to come up, right? So I have no problem being real, and we've been very real to our kids. We never baby talked. There was never we just never talked. We talked like adults to them.
Yeah, I never did any of that weird.
No, and it's. I don't know if it's good. It might be fucking shit. And that's why my kids cuss sometimes. I don't know. And if that's the worst case thing, that
they're sheets. You know what I mean?
But yeah, if the worst case scenario is that my son says shit or bastard every once in a while or god damn it, I'm really not that worried.
Yeah, it would seem surprising, but I can remember. I think about myself and I think about elementary school. I can remember how far back I knew cuss words. So I mean, the kids know.
Yeah. They know, and they know what not to say. Like, they know they're not allowed to say that. They're not going off, like ranting on cuss words, right?
Yeah.
If they slip up or they say something, you can say they go, "Ooh," and or they'll stop themselves halfway through the word. Yeah. So they fucking know what not to say.
Yeah.
And that's really our job, is to teach them, hey, that's not appropriate for you to say right now.
Why I asked that question is because we had a dead baby bird in the driveway, and he was asking about death. I think he kind of said he asked if someone poomed it. Because that's we watch hunting all the time. Yeah. I remember first time, dude, it was so cute when I turned on some old series of the Duck Commander series, back when they're younger, and they're shooting ducks, and we're sitting at the condo, and he's like, "Oh man, they poomed them ducks. That ain't nice." I was like, now he's like, "Daddy, can we poom a turkey tomorrow?"
Oh,
I'm like, "We can poom them in season."
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I think he has an understanding, and then, but the other side of that too is, so there is a lesson that could have happened if little Jerry had shot and killed the bird, and then you could have that feeling of remorse or like regret, and like, hey, it's very real. You really did kill that.
Like that, and I know that's coming, right? So I mean, even still to this day, honestly, like when I shoot a deer, I'll get that little feeling in your gut, like that reverence feeling.
Yeah.
And it's not and that doesn't come from a place of like, I feel sorry for what I did. It comes from a place of like, I respect that animal enough.
It could if you go in there, act like a jerk and make a bad shot and try to push the limit, and
if you do all the wrong things leading up to it,
and there's just like disaster a deer or like mess it up and you just see it hobble off, like, cool, so that's going to die somewhere far and all,
or if you just do it for all the wrong reasons, because you just like,
it's like people that tell me like, yeah man, I only take the back shot, I just leave the whole deer. I'm like, oh
yeah, man.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. But no, I know that's coming. Like when Jerry shoots something for the first time, and he'll have that little feeling of, feeling upset. He won't know what that is, and there'll be another teachable moment, like telling him what that means, right? And I think it's a good thing because it means we respect it that much, right? And that means we're going to use every piece of this, and we're going to make sure when we share it with our friends, they're going to use it. Right? We had that conversation before. I think that's important to have that. So it's, I think that moment's coming. The death thing, though, with people, it's going to be interesting, and I hope that nobody wants to rush someone close to you passing away, but it's coming.
It happens, man. Yeah, I think my first big one was my grandma. Like my grandma's probably was big enough to really understand. I remember my uncle JP. I knew he was gone, so, but I definitely, my parents always took me to the funerals. So by the time I was like, let's say I got to high school, I'd been to a lot of funerals.
Really?
I'd been to plenty as kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people as they're dying. You know what I mean? Like I remember my Uncle Roy, which is my great uncle. He was this fucking stud. I was going. I think I was leaving. I was on break or something. I was in college, and I knew this was the last time I was going to see him. Mm-hmm. And like he was just breathing all, this body was breathing all crazy, man. He wasn't like awake or nothing, but like just paying my respects. And this guy's just like, his body's on like a crazy auto drive of crazy breathing. He's not there really.
Right.
But it's like, I'm out. When I leave this door, that's it. No more Uncle Roy.
Yeah, that's a sobering thought, man. You know, and you're right. It's a part of life.
My dad was from Newcastle, dude. Trust me, I went to a lot of his friends' funerals, dude. You know, like it's fucking just, and I learned very quickly how they all died, and it was mostly drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I went to plenty of funerals. Well, I mean, it was one, his cousin. I mean, that was a straight up wood box, you know, fucking.
Yeah.
But you know what? I saw a lot of that. I tell you, I saw a lot of death, but I also saw a lot of men take the moment to be men. Like I knew in Russell, it was I would say there's moments where people are like, all right, I know my role in this. Like people would the time to step up, and like I can always remember what Russell's time to step was. His family has a Scottish background. And he's hired to do this stuff, and I think he's done it for like a couple of sports games for Smyrna. But he plays the bagpipes.
Okay.
You know, he played at my dad's funeral. Like, so he's like, I get my full skirt on, get the whole setup, dude, get the bagpipe going, like get that all organized. Dude, you know what I mean? Awesome. So I definitely saw like the sad stuff I saw as a young man. Men be like, you gotta step up in these times. Like this is like as a man, like you gotta step up, and we gotta take care of this. See it all the way through. You know what I mean?
So have you heard Jordan Peterson's thing on you should be the strongest person at your father's funeral? And
no, but
I've recently, within 6 months, a year, whatever, heard him speak on that.
Yeah.
And I look back as I was 22 when my dad passed away, and I remember being like probably the strongest person at his funeral. Like for some reason, that day I felt like I had my shit together more than the days before and the days after.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why. Yeah, but maybe it's because that's in us, right? Maybe we already know this is what we got to do. We're going to be here for mom and for sister.
We're problem solvers, you know. We're the men to step up, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's bred into you. That's in our DNA.
Yeah.
That whether you want to or not, just like being a dad too. Yeah. Just like, when guys like you and I see a fire, we're going to run to it, not away from it. Like all this, like I wouldn't have to ask you to do that. Yeah. You would just do it.
Yeah.
But I think, the way he said it, he went into it. It's like, damn, that's pretty true. And usually the people that are the closest, right, like a child or something like that, they are the strongest ones there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just.
I remember Jared gave me a compliment. He's like, dude, I can't believe, like, at the day of the funeral. I remember thinking, like, dude, I was walking out the door when it was all done, and Russell was out there playing the bagpipes. I was like, that's my dad. Like, let's just fucking celebrate. I just came out the door like Rocky, like, let's go. Like, fucking bagpipes playing. He was like, hell yeah. I'm like, yeah, what else are you gonna fucking do?
I mean,
and I was holding him because he was cremated, so I'm like holding him in the bag. And Jared's like, what are you doing? I was like, I gotta take this dude to the car. He's like, looking at me like. But later he's like, you're like the strongest dude I know. Like he's like, you're just sitting there holding your dead dad.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I gotta take this dude to the car.
Because there's a choice.
Like, what else you gonna do?
Yeah. You can choose.
There's no, yeah. What the fuck else you gonna do? It's already happened. I'm holding them. It's already a thing.
That's exactly it. And I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt and all those things. It does. I'm not fucking cold.
Yeah.
But you could choose a path to go on from that moment forward.
Yeah.
You could just cry and whine about it and sulk and just think of the what ifs and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Or you can just go, this is life. This is what it is, and I'm gonna choose this other way to you're right to like go on for the other people and all those other great reasons, right?
Yeah.
Because think about fucking 100 years ago, and it like wasn't uncommon for people's kids to die. You know, like, and I can't fathom that. And they just would just keep it fucking moving.
Have a lot of kids.
Yeah, and that's it. But like death was so much more
fucking real, and actually, I would say too, bodily injury. They think young kids working
because they're out in it.
You think of Johnny Cash in that movie? Is seen as they're right next to that big fucking circular saw,
dude,
and it just pulls it in. It's like, yeah, that was probably daily, man.
Yeah, farms and shit like
fucking
that.
Fucking farms, just no safety mechanism turn off, just fucking. Well, that's it.
No, there ain't no lockout, tag out back then. Just anyway.
Well, let's keep moving. So then, how do you teach about God? Are you guys religious? Do you go to church?
No. We can go. I mean, we should probably save it.
I'm not.
We can go way deep into that, but
No, we can do these. These can be brought up later.
Yeah.
I do have one I want to spend time on. So we have plenty of questions. So this can be just shorter. Like I said, there's no fucking. Yeah. This is our shit. Do it how we want. So you don't teach about God?
No, we're not religious.
Okay, you know so you're gonna burn in hell. That's fucking great, dude. No, I'm kidding.
It's okay.
Well, I know Pam. We did CCD together. You know, a lot of people I went to church with, Catholic church, so it's like they always come out like, I fucking hate church now.
I don't think you have to have a book or a religion or a higher power to be a good person.
No.
And I mean, honestly, man, some of the shittiest humans I know are religious people.
I've said before, a lot of bad salesmen.
And a lot of, I mean, look, there's a lot of great people that I know that are religious too. And I'm not painting a fucking broad brush here, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I don't need that to be a good person. I don't need that for my moral compass. You know what I mean? And I certainly don't. I'm not saying it's a crutch. You got to be fucking careful. But like, I'm not gonna sit there and say like, kids, you got to do this to be this. Right? Like, how about let's just teach you to be a good fucking human being? How about help people, right? Yeah. I don't need you to tell me to do that. You know, now, is there a higher power? I believe there's a higher power somewhere, right? We don't know what the fuck it is. You know what I mean?
We don't know.
And like,
I know. I know the truth. No, good.
Yeah. But no, that's.
I never. Yeah, I would never
push.
Extent of it. We're not here to push religion. I'm just curious.
That's a great question.
Yeah, like I will do church, all that. I like it. Yeah. I just like you said, I don't see anything wrong with.
My kids have been.
If you just remove all the shit that people talk about, all the crazy, man, it's like at the end of the day, you're going there for good. They don't go there like you gotta fucking beat up people. It's like it's not. You know, you're not teaching that. It's like, hey, be a good human.
Yeah.
And as far as you want to take the extent of all the other stuff, go ahead with that. But as far as I like to go listen to a good sermon. I want my kid, like I always tell Matt, I think the reason I didn't kill people is probably I always had God. I would get very mad if I wanted to beat people up. Thank God for sports. I would get even more mad because I believed in God. And I'm like, I can't fucking murder this, dude. I will fucking wreck this guy right now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of God. I'm like, God, starting then I can't. So I'm even more mad, but. Because of that.
So it's probably saved you.
It's probably saved me, yeah, for sure. It's good, dude. It's good. Just you know what? The thing about it is the discipline. It's another good discipline.
So this might be a reason why I am how I am because I was in private school from pre-K to 5th grade. So like, fucking.
You're just tired of it.
Yeah, honestly, that's what it was.
Everybody gets fucking washed up.
You go to chapel every Monday with the school and fucking all the things.
You get touched a little bit.
Huh?
You get touched a little bit. A little bit, just a little bit, just
a
little bit, a little pat, a little pat.
It wasn't Catholic.
Oh. So then, how do you teach about holidays?
Man, so really, holidays are just tradition, right? So the kids, well, Charlotte, not Jerry. Charlotte knows what Christmas is and all that. Charlotte's.
So what do you teach about Christmas?
Charlotte's been to church more times in the past 9 years than I have.
Does she go with her grandparents? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
I figured that.
Yeah, so
she's still going to stay Polycarps?
No.
Where'd they go?
Pam's dad goes to United.
United.
And her mom was going, I don't know, somewhere.
Okay.
Wherever it was at CIS, or not CIS, Providence Creek.
Okay.
Providence Creek Academy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where they go. But no, so aside from Christmas, right, holidays are a huge tradition with Pam's family, and I fucking love it. Love it, because the kids are being immersed in it. Again, they don't know any different now. They don't know any different yet. Christmas is massive. Thanksgiving is huge. I mean, Pam's family has, I don't know, 40 plus people at Thanksgiving dinner.
Really?
So much that, like, the men eat dinner first, and then the women eat dinner after we're done.
Wow.
So,
I mean, sexist ass Thanksgiving, shit.
You'll say that to certain people, and they're like, what? Yeah, but that's been their tradition, and it's so big you can't fit everybody at the table.
Yeah.
And the table's 16, 24
Some people
feet
have
long.
Some really unique traditions.
Yeah, so the women will pick at dessert, right? Do whatever, have wine.
Yeah.
And the men are sitting at the table, and the men eat, and then when we're done, they switch.
Because they're going to sit down, the girls are going to sit down on long distances.
They do, absolutely.
Well, I went to my buddies in Ohio, their tradition, I did one with him, and all the men ate first at a cabin, and all the women prepared it. Ooh. Oh, yeah. How do I say this properly? So, Well, it doesn't matter. No one knows each other. So his mom's a florist. His dad's a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
They both like smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
Farmer, florist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Christmas is.
Perfect,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, they're talking about like this first generation clone. Bud's this big. I'm like, I'm talking.
That's awesome.
So, not at the Thanksgiving table, but we do Thanksgiving. All the men eat, and then all the women like clean up. They're gonna do their own thing, and immediately from there we go drive in the middle, just nowhere. Where I don't know where we were, and we go to the next cabin, and somebody had a deer. They got that thing on a rotisserie, and it had a spray bottle of Busch Light. We kept pouring there and just spraying this bottle. These guys are bringing out these big old buds. We're smoking weed, drinking beer, and this is for like the next 2 days. But it was like immediately from the table we ate. All right, guys, go to the cabin. Like that's the guy's thing. Now they go up to the cabin.
Dang.
Then the women do their whole thing.
I need to get the invite to this thing.
That thing was, I'm telling you right now, his dad, like, I remember we were playing like a knife game. Like, I felt like I was like, there was a bunch of Vietnam nets. They're crazy, man. Like, like you start a stance, throw a knife that can be no longer than a foot on the side. So you're trying to make the guy do a split, you know what I mean? And not hit his toes, you know what I mean?
Dude, that's awesome. We need to start a new tradition like that.
It was cool.
But no, the holidays, man. Thanksgiving's massive. Christmas is massive. Huge family stuff. Easter, same thing, right? And 4th of July, that's another big one for Pam's family. 4th of July is like, all my kids know is getting up in the morning, go to town, go to the parade, leave there, go to Cousin Candy's house, have massive barbecue, play wiffle ball, play volleyball, swim, right? And then afterwards, all the cousins come over, we hang out. So it's like there's just massive traditions that my kids are being immersed into, and now you could see the elders of Pam's family, and now the kids, right? Pam, Aaron, Mary, all them, Ryan, all now.
We're slipping on the names now.
So now we're all adults, right? Now we all have kids.
Yeah.
So like Mary's got kids, Megan's got kids, Aaron's got kids, all that. So like now there's even. So, like, more people are coming in, more marriages are happening, so it's just growing. And you can just see those traditions because everybody's been immersed in it their whole lives. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
So I really like that. So that's a holiday experience for the Sheetses.
Yours sounds good. I like it. We have a small family, so it's more like, a lot of times I do it with friends, my stuff.
I like that. I like that, too.
My family is small. I didn't know if you would like this one, but I always think this. What is the person in front of me doing up there? You ever just think that? If I go in the bank, I take 3 seconds at the bank.
How do they?
What is the person in front of me doing that's taking so long? What are they doing? That isn't like
this
everywhere.
This is perfect for you today because you're just fucking.
What the fuck are people doing in front of me? What are they doing in front of me? You know what I mean? That applies everywhere. What is the person in front of me doing?
Yeah, this seems to always happen to Pam. She'll go to the grocery store. She'll go behind the slowest person. She'll go everywhere she goes. I don't get it either, man.
What's happening right now?
And even if we're all doing the same thing,
we're all doing the same shit. What are you doing?
You go up to buy a ticket, right? Everybody's just buying a ticket. There's nothing else to buy, but somehow somebody takes 10 times longer.
It's just up there fucking it up.
What were you doing?
What the fuck
when you were
in line?
Doing? You weren't preparing for this, so you get up there, you can swipe the card, get the thing, get out, have your order ready. I don't know.
I've said this before. Bangkok, dude. Thai people, you know what they do about lines? They don't mix them up. If you go to a big, like say you went to Christiana Mall, right? And you're in the mall and you want to buy stuff, right? Let's say you're in the food court. Let's go to the food court. I got all the different things, right? The line's already long. I don't need you up there fucking it up with your debit card can't find, or your cash, or big bills we don't have the cash for, whatever, have it. You go up to a lady first. She's gonna you're gonna say, give me $50 worth of shit, right? She'll give you a card. And they go, okay, now go up there, and you don't have to be an asshole. Get your food in, boom, done. Get out of line. Get the fuck out. Don't be.
So it's like buying your tickets.
So you're sitting there like, hey, you never use a Mac card? Just fucking type a pin in there. It's not a tap one. They're all the fucking little things are all different.
Yeah.
I mean, so every pattern is different.
Yeah.
They eliminate all that.
Yeah.
Say you pay here. If there's any difference, money come right back. So now she's only doing one thing. She can get that line all along. It's already long. She can go real fast.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now when you go up there and you order your food, stand the hell over there. done.
Yeah, there's no change.
There's no change.
Yeah.
There's no waiting.
Yeah.
There's not somebody, trying to talk your ear off while you're trying to cash out or trying to fumble through a purse. Or someone who can't use the Mac card. You're like, what the fuck?
It's so funny you keep saying Mac because like so many people.
My mom says that shit. Yeah. You get your Mac card.
I had a Mac card back in the day. Yeah, Oktoberfest up in Newark. They have that for beer and German food. You have to get tickets.
Oh yeah,
coupons.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I'm gonna go get $100 worth of tickets, and then when you go, you just like, all right, a beer is $8, so you just give them 8 tickets. That's it. You just keep moving. Go to the food line. You know your meal costs $12. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 12. Here you go. And then just keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a pain to get it, and then like because you kind of gotta guess how much you're gonna spend that day, because it's not like you're not getting it back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also race myself at like if I get cash out like the ATMs at Wawa, I'm waiting for people. I'm like, what are they doing? It's the same rhythm when all of them.
Yeah.
And that, just type shit in.
Maybe some people that are buying cigarettes or Skoal, and they're going, can I get not that.
First off,
this one.
Cigarette people are the worst.
They're the worst. They're the worst.
How many names can one pack of cigarettes have? Can I get the ultralight Newport 100% menthol fucking 500s? Like
500s.
What the fuck are we ordering here? A little more, yeah. No, not that one. It's just like too many choices. Just fucking. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Have you ever seen the price of those cartons?
I don't know, $5 million?
Dude, it's fucking. It's like $70.
Oh yeah, they're up to like $100 for sure.
Crazy, man. Holy shit.
Like, how too many options? Why are the ladies like? And then you get the person who doesn't know. Like, how do you not know by now? I gotta imagine if you worked there in the first week, you would know everything, because the people come in and order crazy ass shit.
You would think.
You know what I mean?
But I don't know. Everybody's not made.
I don't fucking know. Fuck them. All right. This is one that we could we could touch on a little bit. You know what I mean? Just touch it a little bit, just a tip. Or we can dive in deep later too. We can actually come back to this. Oh, you already looked at this. I'm acting like you're fucking surprised.
I can't remember though.
That's good. That's good. All right. So I've been thinking, you're in real estate. Mm-hmm. I'm in real estate. Mm-hmm. I'm in home improvements. You want to be in home improvements. Mm-hmm. We're well tied to the growth of communities. Mm-hmm. Home sales, home improvements. And farming, and being outdoors. Mm-hmm. So I always think, what is the correlation between, big farming, like big pharma, right, and house sales, and is it all correlated? So say like, okay, we have the O'Neill farm right here. Mm-hmm. We'll use that as an example. Mm-hmm. Now, big pharma would like to buy their shit up. Right? Let's say Monsanto, they don't want a bunch of littles. They're the opposite of what we want. We don't want a bunch of little farmers. Yeah. They want to keep millions and millions of acres and have the control. Like to have the control. Mm-hmm. I mean, because they own the origin of seeds, which is fucking insanity.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a whole other discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's say we have the O'Neill farm. Now, let's say they sell, right? That's another farmer out. So that means that's not land they're getting back to farm, because once they put the houses on there, that farm's out. So you got less and less farms, and the bigger farmer is so powerful now. He's growing, right?
Yeah.
Now they got to think that the people building the house, the national builder, he wants the farm to sell too. He wants to build neighborhoods. I know the offers. I've heard the offers on that land.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm like, I would sell.
Well, that's.
I would sell only just for this. It's in fucking Smyrna, Delaware, dude. You lost the view. If any view you had, you're surrounded by neighborhoods. You lost it all. Yeah. Now you don't want to be the guy who gets the reward of breaking of all your grandfathers that broke their back. So you'd have politely take all that money, go buy another farm somewhere else out west. You can get an even bigger farm, and even bigger, and keep the tradition going. Just don't get it and then be like assholes and blow it up your nose. But so do you think that the growth of what we do is actually backed up by big pharma? And do you think
big pharma is like pharmacy, like medication, right?
Oh, I'm saying it wrong. What's big pharma? What's big pharma?
Commercial farming, like giant commercial farming.
Yeah.
So,
do you think they lobby national home builders, like, do you think they would be in ties to help the sales of farms so that, number one, they taking out competition, and number two, it's building the home sales, or they're not in correlation, but they're in correlation without even knowing each other?
The short answer is I don't know. But what I do know is in Delaware, there's no massive farms. Like, when I say massive, like out west, dude,
biggest one down the street is like 1,000 square, like 1,000.
Out west, you're talking hundreds of thousands of acres.
Yeah.
Like there's farms that are big as Kent County, right?
Yeah.
That's a different story. All I know is here locally, and no, it's just small family farms.
Yeah.
And even though it's a lot of acreage, some families, own a lot of acreage.
Yeah.
It's still a small family farm, right? And I think it's more of a generational thing where the kids, the majority of them that are acquiring these pieces of land, they're like, there ain't no fucking money in farming. I don't want to do it.
I know.
Such and such builder is offering me X amount of millions of dollars. I'm just going to wipe my hand clean of it and move on. But then there's also, and that's just greed. That's just people wanting money, which I don't hate on it. It sucks, but I don't hate on it.
I see you can either be greed or you can get out while the fire's hot and then reinvest the farm.
Yeah.
You adapt or die. Once you go ranch.
Yeah.
If you're really a farmer, if you're really an outdoorsman, if you're really doing it.
But there's also.
You come up and offer me $40 million, and I got a farm in Smyrna, and it's surrounded by Smyrna, and it's just, you got a neighborhood right there. There's a neighborhood right. There's no more view, and you tell me I can go out west and get even more, get up on a mountain. I mean,
that's what you're after. I would rather
to Cabela's view. I'm doing that.
If I acquire,
I'm gonna kiss my grandfather and say I'm gonna move. I'm gonna do what we do.
Right.
I'm gonna move it out. I'm gonna thank you.
Right.
Everyone just boosted my family, but I'm gonna keep the name going, and we're gonna have a bigger farm now in a cooler area. Because I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to take this and move in the city and then just be partying and then to die and the kids rolling it all and they fuck. I mean, we're not doing that.
The other way is if you don't want to till ground, then you lease it out to farmers and you make however many $1,000s a year on that, or farmland preservation. Right. So
sounds good.
So I've got
sounds good, right? I've always said that sounds good. Is Delaware grabbing up the land?
Yeah. So I know someone.
That's a fucking land grab, dude.
I know someone that is putting in farmland preservation and they're getting $1 million. So
sounds like they bought a farm for $1 million.
No, but you're keeping it, right? You can still build on it.
Do you?
Yeah. No, 100%.
I mean, do you though?
No, yeah, 100%. No one else owns it. It's yours. It's just in a preservation.
Is it?
Yeah.
From what I know, if I give you $1 million, do you walk away freely? Or do I come back later and be like, remember, we gave you $1 million.
And you could still sell it.
Can?
I'm pretty sure.
That's I think that's like a 99-year lease deal.
Something like that. But anyway, so there's that other piece too, right? I could put my land into preservation.
We need a farmer.
I can get a big check and then continue to farm my land or lease it out. You know what I mean?
It just sounds so good, doesn't it? Sound so good.
The people I know that
it sounds good.
They're still just living just fine.
It sounds great. Now, also they do that in Dewey. They leased out the land, and then years later, it's like that's weird because remember that $800 a year lease? It's $50,000 now, brother.
And those ones are coming up now too. Them leases.
This idea is still fresh.
Yeah.
So in 100 years, it's like
we'll have to see.
What to say? That Delaware's like, oh no, we changed that law. That's weird because you guys can't do that no more.
Yeah. Well,
and then you'll be like, hold on, sir, we gave you $1 million.
It's not.
You'll do what we say.
Yeah. Well, it's not Delaware, which is even worse. It's like the United States. I think it's federal.
Yes.
But anyway,
it's like Delaware.
I don't think there's massive correlation. I think the demand for housing in Delaware is so great.
Yeah.
The majority of young folks or even old folks that are owning these lands, they're like, I could cash in on this and I could retire now. Pup that's 80 years old doesn't feel like tilling ground anymore.
Then what happens? All the farms go.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
But it's not all going to go because there's still a lot that want to keep it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To the next round.
Yeah. Some.
It's already done it, dude.
New York City was a farm at some point. You know what I mean? So I'm
just, you look at it, and that's why I just kind of look at the money trail. It's like, is there do you think they lobby? Do you think people would say, let's say they look at Delaware, let's say you think someone bigger looks at these small farms like with interest and then talks to a national builder like, hey, why don't you go up there and offer this for that? Like, this is what you could get for that land.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
This is more conspiracy shit,
yeah.
Or just a not knowing correlation that's just happening.
That's it. It's just another movie.
Like two people are winning. Big farms are getting bigger. The national builder just keeps moving on. Like, how do you think that? The fuck are they called? You know what I'm talking about, okay? No, you don't. I'm just kidding. Shaw Brothers.
They're not a national builder, though.
They're not a national builder, but they build 400 houses a year in Delaware. How do you? What kind of person do you have to be to like eat that at night? Like, okay, I'm changing. I can change the state. I'm going to change the state.
Sustainable, yeah.
It's not sustainable. We're going to keep building houses. And just more house. And then eventually, like, you just drive in the back roads. You're like, there's so many fucking neighborhoods around here, but there's nothing else. There's no. It's crazy as a builder. You have no obligation to build a town. Like, a Ford company back in the day moved in, was like, we're going to build a town, we're going to bring this factory in here, I'm going to build these row homes, we're going to build a town, and he built the whole thing up. Now it's like,
it's just
fuck your shitty farm, I'm going to build all these neighborhoods. Also, I'm going to build it, you can barely park on both sides of the road, and then we're going to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Also, I don't even live in Delaware anymore. Thank you for all the money. I got a private jet, be flying around shit. Fuck that state. I don't know. Is it fucked up a little bit more? I don't know. Don't care, because I be flying around the world now.
This is like the thoughts that, like, when you're up at night thinking, huh?
Oh, it just happens during the day.
Yeah, or you know what I mean? Yeah,
all
just
day.
Random times.
Because it's happening, and people are so, as humans, so used to like just like that. But two guys, I think they're two brothers, whatever. They're past DBP guards, but like they're changing the whole demographic, the whole geographic area of a state. Meanwhile, they don't have to live in it. They're so wealthy. They just they're flying. They got a fucking private jet, fly around. They got to be part of that shit. So, do you lose your moral compass? And do they get approached by other people? Like, if you're changing that much land, somebody's got to approach you about some other shit. I mean, you got to be moving up in ranks of like, oh, this is how we think. You need more money? You need more money? Because we see how much influence you got moving money. Would you like to reach out to other states and do that same thing and change some stuff? And everyone's like, yeah, man, you know what? If you could get rid of some of those farms too, because I need some less competition. Here's some money if you could just get into more bad people. And I don't fucking know. It just attracts more shit.
That conspiracy has never crossed my mind, but it's interesting.
I don't really think it's a conspiracy. I think as you bump up in levels, more people that are higher up will just approach you with other ideas that they have. Because they have no moral compass.
Yeah, they're like, ceiling to that.
They're like, yeah, you can make more money. You're like, Yeah, I'm wondering how they feel like. They look back like, did we do the best? We just built all these homes. Is that the best thing you could do for a state? You just build homes. It's just.
Housing.
It's just, dude, you make a lot of money. I always think about we're all making money.
Yeah.
I mean, I make money on the basements, the roofs, and you make money on the home sales. I make money on the home sales, but like when the train stops, like what are we doing?
That's why, to go back to what we said on the first episode, like all this stuff's fake. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
What else you got?
That was really it.
Really?
Yeah, we just stretched out a whole hour, didn't we?
I'll wrap up with this real quick story. You know, going backwards, right? You talked about the gun thing.
Yeah.
Candace.
Yeah.
Now, I swear I've had those conversations with Pam. I know I have. A number of times over the years, right? She knows where I keep the home protection gun.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards, right? How to do it, all the shit, right? I also have some other things hidden around.
Got some cool shit.
I got some stuff hidden, right? That
Allegedly.
One of them is a revolver somewhere.
That's it. Okay. Easy,
Which apparently Pam doesn't know how to use a revolver. Well, I'm away.
Hey, everyone
as a fan. That's right. I'm away on the pig hunt in February, and it's, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, something like that. And Pam texts me, how do you uncock this gun?
Uncocked? You're like, what kind of fucking situation are we in?
What the fuck? Yeah, so, big and long story short.
FaceTime right now. Yes. What are you doing?
So, she heard some shit. She heard some shit outside. Swore there was somebody in the backyard, like, fucking around our hot tub. And I'm like, what,
Now she's stuck with a loaded gun, a racked gun.
Where's it? It wasn't even loaded.
Oh my gosh!
Because I don't use that. It was like this is like a antique that was handed down to me. And like, I don't even know how she got it.
She's out there with old fucking Western, you know what I mean?
Bullets in it. But like, she cocked this gun and she didn't know how to get the hammer off without pulling the trigger. Like she knew, you pull the hammer back, pull the trigger. But once it's cocked and you don't need it now, how do I get this thing uncocked? So like, who's that? Oh man. So like now, yeah, that's what I called. What the fuck are you doing? She's like, I'm hearing noises outside. Like it's not normal. You don't normally hear these things. Whatever. She had herself all freaked out. So
and you're so far away. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. And I remember like looking at Mark and telling him, and he's like, Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, like walk her through it, right? So like, all right, you pull the thing back, just squeeze the trigger and just gently lower it down. It's not loaded anyway. I told her you're good. And then I'm like, why did you grab that gun? You know where the other one is. You know that's the one that's loaded. That you know how to use that. But to make a long story short, there was nothing out there. It was like the fucking wind. The wind was blowing. She didn't have the fan. She didn't have the fan turned on in the bedroom, so like she was hearing everything she was hearing.
Yeah.
Well, she would normally not hear that. She's like, I don't normally hear these noises. Well, because we have the fan on. That's why. Anyway.
Well, with wives with guns, I told Candace I'd like to do like concealed carry class with her, like so. Because I think that's the other thing is like, I want her to be able to carry, and it is scary to think concealed carry, but you're carrying with the kids. Cause I do like the idea, especially people just, there's crazies everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I do like the idea that she would have a gun, be able to protect my kids when I'm not there.
Yep. 100%.
It is how do you carry properly? I guess she always carry on you. There is a thing, like if you have a gun on you, now you have a big responsibility of you have a gun on you now.
Yeah, I've carried a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a big responsibility.
Yeah.
But I also think it helps you think a little more clearly because you know if you fuck up, you're in a whole other world now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're right. People are crazier now than ever. People doing dumb shit, and I like when the good guys win.
Yeah.
I like when bad guys get smoked. I like when bad guys are off the street, and all I can think about is the world is better for my kids when that person is removed, right? Whether they're in jail or they're 6 feet under. Like, when those guys are gone, my kids are safer, right? And, like, a shitbag criminal that's going to do something bad to women or kids, I don't want sharing the same oxygen as my kids.
Yeah, and I also want my wife to be able to like defend herself on that level. So I do want to take. I did the concealed carry class. I just didn't follow through the paperwork because at that time of my life, did you
go to Homeboy up the street?
Yeah, I did with Sean Rao.
Is that who that is?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's another sign. I'm like,
he's a pretty big guy.
I'm like, you turn that down a little bit.
No, man.
It's a big house.
He's real popular.
I know. I'm just saying the signs. Like, it's just like.
No, I like it.
You like it?
I like it, man.
I think just from my marketing background, I'm just like,
Look, man, you're going to attract the people you want. You're going to push away the people you don't want.
I know, but also respectful. Like, bitch, I'm trying to drive and live around here too. Like, I don't want to see your big guns billboard. I like guns. I don't even want to see the shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like it's a pleasant. It's just nice looking. And then you're like, fucking guns. You trying to kill some people over here? What's up?
No, man. No, I don't see that whatsoever.
Okay, whatever, dude. Fuck you.
Agree, disagree.
No. So yeah, I want her to do the class.
Yeah.
I want to immerse her into it.
It's important whether you're going to carry or not because you're going to learn a lot.
Yeah.
You're going to get live.
I want her to get familiar with the gun. Even before we go, I'd like to have her go shoot, get very much familiar with the gun.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a great idea.
Because when I leave the house, I always, before we had kids, I'd rack the gun for her, put it right there on the table. I say, point and shoot, point and click. I mean, it's already set up for you. It's ready to rock.
Yep.
Now with kids, I can't be doing that. So
that's
a whole nother animal.
All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good.
That's good. You know what? Because I have a finished attic estimate I got to get to. It's a big one. It's like 1,000 square foot attic.
Is this for our friends?
No.
Okay.
I got to do that one too. But this is for someone called me up. This is their neighbor.
Okay.
They had one of the big companies come out in big numbers. So they had to call me up. I'm like, come in there and
get it down.
Get it down. You know what I mean? Plus, it'd be a nice job. It'd be cool as shit. So.
Yeah. Well, good, man. Now, well, hopefully.
Then we'll be down at the beach.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah. So. I'm taking a boat out Saturday.
Yeah, I won't be down Saturday.
Because you don't want to hang out. You're all like, we go down, then we go back home.
I got things to do. I got things to do tomorrow morning. But all right, it was a good outdoors day. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
appreciate it.